Hi guys, as you may or may not know, I usually wear black, white, maybe pink and beige as my main colors for dressing up. But you're looking right now and you're like, Cornea, you're literally wearing red right now. What the hell is wrong with you? And that is because I'm cosplaying someone today. Yes, it's Fred Durst. I need to cosplay Fred Durst. You see, okay, so I got inspiration from Fred Durst. I would never wear a stupid fucking red cap. So I got this little cute thing that I would wear. So I'm basically Fred Durst if I were CORNEA-SAL, which is who I am. On my Woodstock video where I explained the whole Woodstock 99 feud and like everything that happened, I got really into investigating that stuff. And I, of course, had to investigate Fred Durst, which is one of the main controversial points in Woodstock 99 when we discussed Woodstock 99. In that video, I said that it wasn't his fault what happened at Woodstock 99. It wasn't his fault. I just said that it wasn't his fault. But at the same time, I felt like I was glazing this guy, and I'm not glazing him. I like Limp Bizkit, I like his voice, I like the music, but I still have to remain impartial. To balance myself out in the scale of justice, I am going to talk about all of the controversies I could find on Fred Durst. Again, as I said with the Ronnie Radke video, there's probably way more to see, but today we're going to focus on these, and I think I did a pretty good investigation job, but if I missed any, just tell me down in the comments. This is CORNEA-SAL, and today we're going to talk about Fred Durst's main controversies. So first of all, I'm gonna talk about the one I know most about and that I have researched extensively. We're gonna talk about the first controversy, and probably one of the most important ones, the more mainstream ones, is the one in Woodstock 99. During break stuff. So basically in Woodstock 99, the conditions were absolutely terrible, but I'm gonna try to keep an unbiased look on this. So basically the whole place, everyone in the crowd was really like getting violent and stuff. The crowd was really mad. If you want to know why I understand this so heavily, is because on Woodstock 99, like just go watch the video, I explain it in detail. And so basically Limp Bizkit came in and they were like, first of all, backstage they told him to tell people to mellow out, and he was like, calm down guys, but don't mellow out.
Hey, they want to ask us to ask you to mellow out a little bit. Don't let nobody get hurt, but I don't think you should mellow out.
And then he sang break stuff. People started breaking stuff. They started taking out the plywood. So people blamed a lot of Woodstock 99 on Limp Bizkit, but it was a combination of stuff. So I would say this is not his fault. He should not be taking responsibility for everything that happened in Woodstock 99. This is a more known one, so we're gonna go down the iceberg. My bad for interrupting. I just launched my Patreon. I'm gonna be uploading some videos of me talking to you guys, pictures of my daily life and funny stuff, as well as unreleased demos and music, and a stream every month to eventually want to reach enough people in the community. I'm gonna be taking singing requests, playing the guitar, and talking to you guys. We're gonna play games. It's gonna be so much fun. So if you want to support me and the channel, I'd eternally be grateful. Love you. The next feud is with Taproot and System of a Down. Taproot was this up-and-coming band, and Fred Durst was basically like taking them in under his wing, and he wanted them to sign with his label, Flawless Records. They actually ended up signing with another label, Atlantic Records. So he was mad about this. He didn't like it at all. So he left them this very infamous voicemail.
Steve, Fred Durst. Hey man, you f***ed up. You don't ever bite the hand that feeds in this business, bro. And your manager's over there, this idiot, loser motherfucker going nowhere. You just chosen that path. Took you under my wing, brought you to my house. And talked about your ass on radio and press. And you embarrassed like me and Inexco family. Your association on the Bizkit doesn't exist. Your manager slings that name around. He's gonna be blackballed and probably be erased, and you will too. He's a idiot. You're gonna learn from this time right here. I hope you let your band know that you fucked yourself. You need to be associated with somebody in this business. You need something to get you out there and put you out there and believe in it. Now you got enemies, and you yourself already. Tell your friend that. Don't fucking show up at my shows, because if you do, you're gonna get fucked. Alright? You get your punk ass, man. You call your fucking manager, David Minutes, Visties, whatever. Ask him what he's done and doing. You're a fucking dumb motherfucker. You're learning right now exactly how to ruin your career before it gets started. All the luck, brother. F*** you.
that voicemail wound up getting leaked, so people started being like, oh, Durst is actually kind of a bad guy. He's kind of rude and shitty. And then at the same time, System of a Down was also starting out as a band. Supposedly, there was some drama backstage during the 99 Family Values tour. Apparently, Durst kind of tried to push System of a Down aside. This is also rumored that they were boycotting System of a Down, like not letting them get key contacts in the industry, and they were just kind of trying to blow them over and like fuck them up. Now we know that System of a Down ended up being a huge band, so that clearly didn't work. But yeah, there was some drama there for a while. In the 2000s, okay, so I'm gonna make this short. So Durst said that Slipknot fans were, and I quote, a bunch of fat, ugly kids. Slipknot replied to this in Australian TV, and they said this.
Got a question for Slipknot.
Hey fellas, what's going on with Limp Bizkit? Is there a bit of a rivalry going on or what? Because you kill them anyway. Limp Bizkit who?
You would have to ask the Limp Bizkit question. Limp Bizkit, somebody in Limp Bizkit had the audacity to say to one of our good friends, who's a very reliable source, that Slipknot fans are nothing but a bunch of fat, ugly kids. You know what? Hold on a second. You know what I said to that? Hold on a second. Hold on. I want to tell you what I said to that. One, I'm a fat, ugly kid. Two, Slipknot fans, for the most part, enjoy all kinds of music, like Limp Bizkit, maybe. So what you're basically saying is that your fans are fat, ugly kids too? Is that what you're trying to say to me, Mana? Huh? Is that what you want to say? You want to talk shit on the people that you care about, man? We will come here and we will kill you!
And then a few months later, Corey showed up in TV again in an interview. I think someone asked him what he thought of Limp Bizkit and stuff. And he said that he thought Fred not to be a real artist. He was just playing stuff, but he was not a real artist.
Fred Durst is a great businessman, but he's not an artist. I don't feel that from him. I don't give a fuck if he's got $10 gajillion. He is not an artist to me. And, you know, it has nothing to do with him as a person. It is what he is doing. He is pre-packaging, and he is he's processing music that a lot of kids feel.
And then Fred complimented them later.
Man, this band is super fat. And we don't even know them. You know what I mean? That's their whole thing. That's their chant. That's their thing. And it's sort of like, that's cool. You know, maybe all this hate that's going around the world is from, you know, it's all these, that's why I said, I know why you want to hate me, because hate is all the world has even seen lately.
And apparently they fixed their feud, because in 2014 surfaced a picture of Corey and Fred Durst like backstage. All that's well ends well. Then there's the drama with Britney Spears, and basically what happened is people saw them out together. They were like, what's going on, like, are you guys dating? Fred Durst said that yes, they had been in a relationship, but Britney Spears denied it like completely. So according to Fred Durst, it was like this. His management offered him a collab with her, and he agreed basically because he thought she was hot.
It's like as soon as me and her work together, we're trying to work together. Her management called me, said we want you to do this, and I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. You know, she's kind of hot. Well, actually, I have always had this little thing for her. You know, I've had her posters up on my tour bus.
Give me the real story. No BS, no hype.
Hey man,
where do you meet this broad?
I swear to God.
You are telling the truth. Swear on your children's eyes.
I swear on my son, Dallas. I wrote these songs, and I wrote the music and the lyrics, and I sang them. And then when she came in, when I met her, I go, here's the songs, here's what I sang. You just have to sing what I sang, and then I'll mute my voice. I met her one time before, after my buddy Guy's birthday party. I thought she was very sweet. After the second night, I wrote her a letter telling her everything's cool and everything, and she bailed. And so I was in the studio going,
what do you mean she bailed?
Well, she left the studio when we finished, and so I'm at the studio going, well, that was pretty ill. You know, I just did this work for her. She's gone.
Did she even bang you or give you an oral?
About 3 in the morning, she showed back up at the studio, and I was like, "Wow, did you come here to pick up the tape or something?" She's like, "No, I wanted you to come hang out with me."
Another belly
what
shirt?
She was actually wearing then was kind of ill. She was wearing like this see-through shirt.
Well, wait a minute. According to her, you never dated her.
She's a liar.
No. According to her, I don't know her.
And then he mentioned this later in a song. This is what he said, but Britney Spears like barely ever mentioned it. One time she said in an interview that he just wasn't her type. And another time she said that he was a cool guy and stuff, but that it would never go farther than that. Then we're gonna talk about his feud with Eddie Van Halen. I had never heard of this before. I started investigating about this. This is really funny. So basically they met at a party and like an executive told them that they should work together, like they should jam. Limp Bizkit kind of like made fun of himself. He was like, oh, like, yeah, we're like terrible and you're awesome. He was like, sure, like let's do it. It can be fun. Basically, Eddie went with them, like with Limp Bizkit's Wes Anderson. Wes Borland was basically out of the band for a while, so they needed a guitarist. When they jammed, Eddie said that he felt like a scholar in a room full of kindergartners, and when they started smoking he left because he didn't like that stuff, but he forgot his gear. And then, okay, of course, if you forget your gear in someone else's house, he started calling him like, hey, when can I get my stuff? And Fred Durst was not replying. He was so mad that he went to his house in Beverly Hills with an assault vehicle and a gun. That is highly illegal, by the way. If you don't know it, that's very illegal, but he did it anyway. He went to his house, and like when he opened the door, he pointed a gun at him and told him, get me my stuff. Fred said to someone that was working for him, like, oh, go get his shit. And he got his stuff back. That sounds very cartoonish, but it's true. Then there's this mini feud with Placebo, this band playing with Limp Bizkit. What happened is that someone asked Fred Durst to like introduce Placebo to the audience before they played. And okay, so there's two sides to the story. So first of all, Fred said that when he was about to go, the singer was like, hey, get the fuck out of my stage, or something like that, and this made him really mad. And then there's this story of Brian, which is the singer of Placebo, who said that it was his manager like asked him playfully, I guess, who the fuck are you, or something like that, and he didn't take this well. Okay, so regardless of what happened, what Fred Durst did was basically make the audience chant that Placebo sucked, like stuff against Placebo.
Everybody say, fuck Placebo! Say fuck Placebo! That bunch of fucking punks.
So that's kind of devilish. It's pretty devilish. This next feud is with Creed, which is kind of like trying to wrestle your own grandpa. What happened was that Limp Bizkit was an hour late to the stage, and then Creed didn't say anything. No one ever said anything. But when Fred Durst got on stage, he was like, I dedicate this song to the fucking egomaniac singer of Creed. And everyone was like, why? Like,
I want to dedicate this song to the lead singer of Creed. That guy's an egomaniac. He's a fucking punk. And he's backstage right now, acting like he's Michael Jackson. That motherfucker. And you too.
Big fan. Yeah, what happened there?
Well, for one thing, the guy is out of his mind. Like, he thinks he's a better human than everybody. He claims all this spirituality, this super killer guy. He doesn't give a damn about any of his fans. He ignores everybody. And you walk by his dressing room, his people, they look at you and they go, you do not approach the band, you do not talk to the band, you do not look at the band. And you're just like, what is the deal with this guy?
Did he say something to you?
And he's in his videos doing the Jesus Christ thing, you know, and he's all, you know, he's just like, hey, man, I am badass.
Fred, were there
It's
any
like, come
actual
on, man,
words
put your feet on the
exchanged?
ground, because one of these days that's going to go away, and ain't nobody going to have anything to do with you if you act like that.
Did you guys have any? Did you exchange any words, you and him in particular?
No, I didn't exchange any words with him. I just saved it for the stage, and it really made the show fat, though.
What happened after the show? Did they say anything? Did anybody come up to you and?
No, they didn't say anything. They had one of their runners or one of their errand people go get a anger management control book, and they signed it to me with a biblical thing on the top of it.
Well, that was nice. They just want you to go to heaven. That's all.
Yeah.
With your tour coming up, you're gonna piss off anybody else?
I think their music is dope. I think they're a good band. I just think that anybody acting like that doesn't deserve to be a rock star.
and then the singer of Creed challenged him to a boxing match.
Durst had something to say, and I just wanted to know what your take on that was. Well, I definitely quit wearing my diamond-studded jacket and silver gloves. So, I mean, he had an impact on me at that point. You know, the thing that I want to do is challenge Fred Durst to a boxing match.
Which he declined. And it makes sense. And it makes sense, but it would have been funny if it had happened. It would have been really funny. Then the controversy between Fred Durst and Trent Reznor, aka Nine Inch Nails, and Marilyn Manson together. So basically, one time Trent Reznor put out a statement saying that he thought that Limp Bizkit's music was ass. No better summary than that. And then Marilyn Manson and Trent Reznor, who were working a project together, both said that it sucked at the same time. And then Fred says something like, oh, they have their careers are ass, the stuff they do. Basically, he started like pitying them on an interview, but then that was resolved somehow too, because then Marilyn and Fred, like, they both collabed with no problem, as well as Trent Reznor got some credit for some lyrics in Hot Dog. Who knows, these guys are fighting and making up like they're kindergartners. Honestly, it's better than just holding a grudge for the rest of their life, but we'll never know what really happened. Maybe they had like a heart-to-heart or like a blunt rotation. Anyway, not a feud, but something attention calling. Limp Bizkit sued Universal for apparently stealing his royalties. He said that they owed him like 200 million, and then they accused them of saying that their whole plan was to steal artist profit. But basically what really happened was that this was like last year. This was not even like a year, it was like in October last year. And then the judge ruled that they were actually paid in advance for what they sold, and that the UMG was actually like, they actually spent a lot in actually recording their stuff, putting it out to the public. And basically it just ended there. They roasted them a bit, and then they said, nope, you're wrong. And then they were like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And the Summer Sanitarium tour in 2003 had some really prominent bands. Basically, yeah, Metallica was there and Limp Bizkit was there. And Limp Bizkit was kind of like the poser band of this whole festival, right? And Metallica was headlining, alright? They played a cover of Sanitarium by Metallica, which the people apparently did not like, because that's the headliner. I don't really know about the morals of that, honestly, but yeah, it's whatever. People were basically booing them, and they were throwing stuff at them, like bottles, cans, and this caused them to leave the stage 20 minutes into the set. So that was supposed to be like an hour-long set, so it caused a long time between their set and Metallica's. And while he was leaving the set, he was yelling stuff like, we're the best band in the world, we're gonna be back. And then someone who was there, this was something I found from a forum made in 2003, that says they didn't exactly get booed off, they lost the crowd, everyone just kind of walked away. And the shit Fred was saying was all homophobic remarks before and during the song Faith by George Michaels, and told Mancow to stop begging for his cock. Then on the 4 big screens in words it said, Mancow, stop begging for my cock. People started throwing lemons and cups at the stage after 50 minutes of playing, then everyone booed and walked away. So Limp Bizkit left and said, we'll be back because they were the greatest band in the world. Then one last one leading up to the last controversy, which I think is probably the funniest one, is one where basically Fred had like this sex tape on his computer. This guy came to repair his computer, like he paid someone to repair his computer, and he saw it and he leaked it. People were, yeah, you can read this, I'm gonna put on the screen for you. He sued because it kept getting like out there. It's probably still on the internet, I'm just not brave enough to look. Ukraine officials banned him from entering Ukraine because he said something on Twitter about wanting a house in Crimea. He said something like he wanted a Russian passport. And then on stage, while he was doing a Russian tour, he was waving a flag that said Crimea equals Russia. They banned him for 5 years. He is denied entry in the interest of guaranteeing the security of our state. He is actually married to a Crimean woman. Maybe he did not have bad intentions, but it's still too political, even for Fred Durst. These were all I could gather up. I hope these were interesting to you. I think it's interesting. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I told him, like, I'm gonna make a video about Fred Durst controversies. And he was like, does Fred Durst had controversies? but everyone loves him. And I was like, dude, what do you mean if he has controversy? Tell me if you know anything else. And this guy, I feel like, has done too many dumb shit for him to actually be canceled. You know those people that are absolutely uncancelable because all their fans already know what they did and they don't fucking care. He could have done way worse, like hiring a hitman for his wife, like that one guy. But you know, you can always fall lower. He may be cocky and an asshole, but I don't think he'd do that. So if you want to support Fred Durst, he's just a silly guy who has a huge ego, makes a rock star. This was CORNEA-SAL. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you.